So, it's my scene, and I think I will do something. Hmm. I'm trying to think of how to do the misdirected pass. Oh, I got it.
Mm.
Um, so we break into a pier, right? We flash forward to a scene of us like sneaking on the roof of this warehouse.
Is it all of us, or is it just
Yeah,
you and Dr. Volt?
no, it's the three of us.
Okay.
We're all like sneaking up over like the roof of this warehouse, um, and I think Denise, you go first, like through sort of like one of those like ventilation shafts or whatever at the top,
Mm-hmm.
and then we follow suit, and like right before I go through like the communication stuff, and I'm like, all right, guys, remember, stick to the plan. We get in there, we take down the boss in his office, and then we'll all be clear. And so we get into the office of like the guy, and he's like, like some like Asian descent looking guy wearing a suit, um and like we
So
like
is this like a job? Like who's the
yeah.
boss?
um
Okay,
well, that's what we're gonna get ready to play it out in the scene.
all right.
So like we jump through there, and there's this guy behind a desk just filling out some paperwork, or like doing whatever that analog is on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
um, and he looks super confused. You see a picture of like a family on his desk. um, you see a like set of like golf clubs nearby, or like cyber golf clubs.
Uh-huh. Laser golf clubs.
Yeah, laser golf clubs.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
And he looks completely like terrified, and he's like, "Oh no, 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 no! I don't, no, speak, no, 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 no."
So Dr. Vault is like, you lower your voice or you die right now. And he's like, pulls out this monofilament whip and like slashes it around.
uh,
Like it cuts his paper, like he has a stack of papers and it cuts it in two.
yeah, or his data pad or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he like shuts up, and he's like super super quiet, and he's like timid, like hands up, like uh uh and Huck, I think Huck will call out to him. We know it was you who was behind the trashing of what's the name of your store? Parts Are
Uh,
Us.
um, Upcycle your life.
We know you're behind the trashing of Upcycle Your Life. It's weird to play both people. Someone else play the guy for now.
So like he stands there, like shaking, like
Yeah.
in his hand is like each half of his data pad,
Mm-hmm.
and like he's like about to say something, but then he like looks over at Doc Volt and is just like, and like drops the pieces of the pad and like puts his hands up like, not saying anything.
Yeah.
Don't kill me.
Okay. Um.
Dr. Vault will like give him a nod, like you can speak but not too loud.
He he says, in like broken English, I don't know. I don't know. Why? Who are you? What do you want? And I think Huck like smashes something like a row of like data files, like a thing, an array of like data tapes, and like throws it to the ground. He's like, "Don't play dumb with us."
And yeah, I think he just shakes his head and is like, please, no hurt, please, no hurt.
And I look to Volt. I'm like, whatever, man, just ice this guy.
And I think
All right.
before Volt can respond, Denise pulls the trigger. She'd been
Oh.
standing behind the two
Shit.
of you with a gun trained on them the whole time. And like when you give that look to Dr. Volt, she just pulls the trigger and he falls down dead. And like you guys didn't even remember that she was standing back
Yeah.
there. And so yeah.
Honestly. All right, let's get the files. Let's get whatever we can out, and anything that might be valuable out of here. And
And like so she nods and like she goes over to the guy and she like picks up the two halves of the data pad and it's like
yeah.
this is fucking useless. And then like starts like rifling through stuff on the desk.
And yeah, and I think Huck starts doing the same thing. Only I think Huck starts like panicking, and he's like, "Shit, shit, 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 guys, this is warehouse 31, not 13."
Uh-huh. Of course.
I think we might end the scene there.
Yeah, no, that's the
Yeah.
perfect place to end the scene. Okay.
That was a really long joke just for that. I knew that I wanted that the whole time.
Okay.
Jesus.
Uh yeah, you can give yourself the last red die for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already gave it.
Oh, perfect. It hadn't moved on my screen. I think maybe you hadn't clicked off of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's there now. So, yeah. Welp, that happened. All right, Paul, let's see your scene. What's going on?
All right. Okay. So we're in your shop, Denise.
Mm-hmm.
But it's you and me.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Cal isn't there.
Like, when is this? Is this like after we've put the shop back together? Is it still messed up, or are we in the past?
It's like after like the fiasco at 31.
Okay.
And um and like your shop, like we've been like picking it up, but there's still like like
It's
a
still
whole
messy.
bench of like crap that's just unorganized or like broken stuff. Like it's all super messy, but you've cleaned up a little bit.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't know, picking up some parts or something like inconspicuous, but Dr. Volt is like, listen, Denise, these drugs, they're giving us nothing but trouble. We should get rid of them. Just
And-
dump them.
It's a little too late for that, but
I think like Denise is like pushing like a push broom, like trying to get some of the debris into like a corner or something. Or out of a corner would be more appropriate, but whatever.
Or like just out of one and into another.
Yeah, that's probably more accurate. So yeah, so she's like
you look like every single like shop in Fallout right now. Just
Yes.
mounds of debris.
Mounds. Yeah. So, she's wearing like a some kind of uh, like handkerchief or something on her head again, like a '50s housewife, as she's doing these. She's trying to clean up, and she like sets the broom down for a second, and she turns to Doc Bolt and is like, "That's what I said when you first brought him here. You think I didn't know these drugs are trouble? You're lucky I haven't used any more of them than I have."
Well, I guess you're smarter than all of us. And Doc Fold is like suddenly has like the briefcase and like just puts it on the workbench. And it's like, well, enjoy. And then
What is
goes to leave.
what is that supposed to mean? Damn it, Volt!
I mean, we have to get rid of him somehow.
It's too late for that. Look, they're already breathing down our necks. We've got enough trouble as it is, and if we don't even have the drugs, we don't have a bargaining chip. It's no wonder you weren't cut out for a life in the shadows. You never think very far ahead.
Oh, and you do? You are addicted to that crap. These are endorphin analog, man. This is grade A shit.
You don't think I know? You don't think every day when I come in here and I see that box, I'm not tempted? God damn it, man. Look, I try to put that behind me, and you keep dragging it back. And Huck tried to put being a runner behind him, and you keep dragging him back. I don't need you getting into the our business. You remember what happened the last time?
And he's just like, and throws up his hand, like, bah, do what you want. And leaves the scene. And he was trying to dump the drugs on you, so
Yeah.
I feel like he succeeded.
You successfully dumped the drugs. Yeah, that's true.
Drugs have been dumped.
There's nefarious purposes to it. I guess I can like narrate it a little bit, because it's
You get a green die for sure.
yeah. But all right, so Doc as like the consciousness of like Vlad like being like a little devil on his shoulder.
So like we get like as you're walking out of my shop, we get like a scene of like all of your chips slotted in, and there's the one that says Vlad on it.
Yeah, the Vlad one, and then like maybe like little hologram Vlad. Like, you know, he doesn't really exist, but he shows up anyway as a hologram.
Yeah, totally.
And he's like, that bitch will never be able to resist. Ah! Like laughing like maniacally.
Oh, damn. All right. Yep. Okay.
That's-
Faulty neuro chip, or maybe it's working as intended.
Who knows? It's crazy. Gosh. After that, I think I would like to leave the setting of this scene into your guys' hands, because I have to take a green die for this, and I think I'll have a little bit better fictional positioning to give myself a happy ending if you guys start the scene. If that makes sense.
Mhm.
What matters most to Denise right now?
Oh gosh. I think it's probably Huck. Like, her shop is already a lost cause. Like, she's cleaning it up, but she feels like it's been marked by rival gangs and it's been
Yeah.
blown to shit. So like that's all she's got left is her relationship with Huck.
Okay. then I think we should do a scene between me and you.
Okay.
Something about the relationship with us. Perhaps it's our anniversary.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
And
We were talking about that. Okay.
yeah,
Nice.
it's our anniversary. We need a name of some sort of like grungy Italian restaurant.
Now, is this the anniversary of when we started our affair, or the anniversary of when we were officially together once Vlad was out of the picture?
I think that's a point of contention that we'll talk about.
Okay.
I think whichever anniversary it is, it's we're meeting at I don't know, DiCaprio's.
Yeah.
But
DiCaprio's.
it's Laser DiCaprio's.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, laser
I mean, it
DiCaprio.
goes without saying. Yeah.
I mean, obviously. Okay.
So, waiter, I'll have the spaghetti and meatballs.
And like, I think she like looks over the
What
menu
one
again.
soy getty?
Yeah,
for
soy
anniversary?
getty and soy balls,
And soy balls.
of course.
Um. Yeah, she like puts the menu down like kind of heavily, and is like, the Caesar salad.
And
Uh,
like, all right,
yeah, and so
taking you. Or is that anything to drink? And you're like winks
yeah,
to high count.
I think we're both like at the same time are like wine.
yeah. only what changes is that I say the cheapest.
And I say your best.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever's in the middle. Is what we both say. So I
Yeah. So there's some Italian room techno playing, like softly.
some cyberpunk
techno.
remix of Amore.
That has to exist.
I know, I'm gonna totally YouTube that after this. I'm totally gonna look that up after this show. So we get our wine, and I'm like, so here's to another year.
And I raise my glass and say, here's to another 5 years.
Yeah, and yeah, we clink and we smile, and I drink to that, and I remark that this anniversary is clearly like I'm so glad that we could be the anniversary of our official dating. It's been a long road.
And
Yeah.
I look at like I'm still holding the wine glass like up to my mouth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I thought this was the anniversary of the first time we kissed.
I look like
On
shocked.
the dance floor of Penumbra.
He's like trying to stall, and he goes, no, this is the first time. This was the official date. Remember?
And like now she's lost. Like she's like, I remember Vlad was out of town and I took you out dancing. I got a little hot on the dance floor, and well, you said it was a mistake at the time, but I'd remember that for the rest of my life.
Oh, yeah. No, it was that new new bomb threat song. Yeah, totally. Oh wow, I totally forgot. I got that totally wired. I'm so sorry. I look at you to do another toast, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I got everything. It's just been such a long road to get here.
It
You
sure has.
you there's just something I just never knew love could feel like this, you know? I I
And
thought
I think she blushes like at that,
yeah.
like whoa, like
I thought the best that life could offer was, him, but
and
God,
there's like again
I didn't
there's
know that
that
you
momentary like
truly,
darkening,
yeah, like
but
truly the we
Don't be
clank
talking
in,
about your ex.
yeah,
yeah.
soulmates, yeah, whatever. My guy's a scumbag,
He's kind of a
Yeah.
scumbag.
totally,
We're all pretty shitty. That's kind of how these things roll. But
yeah,
yeah, so I think she's like apology accepted, and here's to a bright future and true love.
yeah. And then our food comes.
And
So,
yeah,
scene,
that's good. I like that. That was a good scene.
yeah,
That
and
was a not terrible scene.
Oh.
the last scene for me. I'm gonna ask the audience for my scene, for my final one.
Okay. We need to do something about these drugs.
Yeah, I was thinking that
Um,
we need to do something about these drugs and get rid of them, and so I can clean my past for good.
yeah, totally. Um, I don't know. What do you think, Paul? Like, are
So,
we just
all
gonna
right.
dump them, or are we gonna wind up selling them after all?
I think Cal, like, if Denise had gone to Cal with him, hi Cal, with him, then he would have been like, no, we have to sell him though. Like, we can't just throw him in the river.
Mm-hmm.
So, God, maybe we go back to Penumbra, back to werewolf.
Okay.
Kit
And we're
is
like,
gonna be the guy.
So like the first
however,
time, yeah,
so yeah, this is like a reprise of what we did the first time. Only now we're actually gonna sell them,
okay.
hopefully.
How do we
We're
get
gonna
back?
get rid of him.
Okay, so I guess for the scene, then how are we getting back into the club?
Sweet disguises, of course.
Oh yeah, of course, sweet
Okay,
disguises for sure. And this is
sure,
like Denise has another wig on because that's how she rolls, and
sure.
she's like wearing like, oh, oh, it's like a costume party at Club Penumbra.
Oh yeah, okay. Huck looks like a Wild
Yes,
West cowboy.
yes. Okay, I'm loving this. And Denise
Alright.
is like, has like a butterfly gown on, like with like diaphanous wings coming off of her back that like have like fiber optic lights in them, and
Ooh,
she's wearing like a mask with like feathers coming off of it. Yeah,
And
like one of those like
and
masquerade
Dr.
masks. Yeah.
Volt
yeah.
is because he doesn't have any costumes at all. He has he borrowed some clothes from Denise because she's like kind of tall anyway, so
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he was kind of the same size, and like a wig from Denise too.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So he looks like really ridiculous, and he has like cybernetics all over his arms that now are exposed.
Yeah,
Um,
and this is
and
like
like
this is Denise's chance to like look super hot. It's like the part of the movie where like all throughout the movie she'd been wearing like a reasonable, like decent looking clothing, except when she was like in the like the leathers and high heels, but now she's like in that really beautiful dress because that's how you objectify women.
Oh, absolutely.
And yeah, totally. And so what do you like have like one of her like mechanic coveralls on?
yeah, sure, but but it's like a god like sexy mechanic
Yeah.
for him,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like he got a
Slutty
girl
mechanic.
sexy mechanic costume, and then he
Yeah.
put it on. as a guy. And it just looks awkward and weird, and like you see him not being comfortable, but it's
Uh-huh.
like they have to get disguise because else they can't get rid of this crap that is
Uh-huh.
just not bringing them nothing
So-
And
but
like we've moved the
pain.
drugs over into like a toolbox.
And what is oh my god. And what is Werewolf's costume?
Oh God.
A vampire,
Yeah. Okay.
obviously.
So,
Oh, so good. He just has a red cape with like the huge collar.
And he's got like fake prosthetic vampire teeth, like in addition to like his big troll teeth. And it
yes.
just looks so ridiculous. Because they're not
Oh
even
God.
sized for his big troll mouth. They're
Oh,
just
not
like
at all. They're tiny.
they're like
Yeah.
tiny. And so his troll teeth are like totally overpowering the look of them, but he's super proud of his.
They're also like discolored and they're like phony white. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So does the scene open up with us talking to Werewolf?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Um,
I think Denise is like over at the bar getting some drinks, and I'll like swoop in a second.
yeah. It's
Yeah. Dr. Volt is like looking cool, and he has like the toolbox on his thing. It's like a drawer where
So.
they keep the things. So
Werewolf.
he like pulled out the drawer and it's like shining. Oh.
It's good to see you again, Werewolf. Perhaps this meeting can we can let bygones be bygones.
He just
Werewolf.
nods.
Nods. It's like he actually like enjoyed last time you met, even though like some bouncer got like slashed.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, that was fun. Like that's it. That's the shit I'm into.
No, we're gonna try to make this bloodless. Cause
He's like, oh, too bad.
Yeah.
So he's like, can still sell it, but you know it's at a tenth of the price.
tenth of the price.
Give you 20,000 New Yen.
I look to Volt and Denise. I'm like,
So yeah, like I just walk up with the drinks at that point and like
Yeah.
start setting a drink in front of everybody. Like I'd bought like a round of shots or something, and like I hear the money that he quoted, and like don't put a shot in front of Werewolf.
So you have like one extra. And it's like kind of
Yeah, so like yeah, like
you drink both of them.
Yeah, no, totally. I'm like, well, in that case, and drink it, and then drink the one that I put in front of and then I like take the rest and like indicate the two of you, and said, to good deals and good riddance, and like
So we sell it for whatever the fraction is and try to leave.
yeah, I think
All right.
I mean, this is kind of up to you, because
yeah, it's up to you. Like, do
I
you
think
wanna-
I wish I had a red die because I feel like we would end up we're desperate and we have to get rid of it because
I
it's
mean,
been been nothing but ruin.
also get rid of it, or like you negotiate for a higher price. So, like I just like super lowball for effect, but like can be like you
Oh,
You've
okay.
gotta-
negotiate some higher.
You've got a white die, so you can negotiate and actually get a better price, I think.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
You get to decide. 'Cause
Oh.
you're gonna get white anyway.
Okay. Yep. No, I know how this is gonna end.
Okay.
Werewolf agrees, but the stipulation is that he has a crush on Dr. Volt. He loves your finesse with the monofilament whip.
God damn it.
So
You
he'll
owe him
give
a
us-
date.
He'll give us the full price if you give him a date.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh god. And then God.
Yeah,
You guys
that's the best
touch
way.
Dr. Volt, and it's like, we're out of here. And Dr. Volt is like, but, and then there's like two other like huge
And like,
guys.
and the two of us
Put
like
him back
walk
in the
out
chair.
like fingers laced together as we walk out together. Like yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it's done.
So good. And he's all dressed for the occasion.
Scene.
Oh, that's great. That was super great.
Awesome. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess we're going moving over to the aftermath. 'Cause
Yeah.
that was shit. Fine. Damn drugs, man. Damn drugs.
Drugs.
Drugs. If anything about Cyberpunk is that it's don't do drugs. So I need to grab my book and find the aftermath. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll our dice. I know that for a fact. Here it is.
That's not very good.
Oh no. Oh my god.
A 1.
Ah.
Yeah. So, as far as I understand it, you want to be
Oh.
as far away from 0 as possible.
I know, right? I had 3 green dice and 1 red one, and I wound up with a 1.
Oh shit. Alright, I got -2. Yep. Okay. So
Oh,
let
it's just
me
gonna
bring
end
over.
badly for all
Yeah.
of us.
So, we're dealing with a 1, a -3, a +1, and a -2.
Mm-hmm.
So, Paul, you get to do the first aftermath. Started with
I
you.
got a -3.
This is where it
So
ends.
what does it mean?
So that's a black 3, right?
Yeah.
Red.
Yeah, or red 3, yeah. It means harsh. Shit in a bag, harsh. A lifetime of medication, harsh. A big black cloud of hurt is going to rain all over you. The things you need to happen are not going to. Simple as that.
All right.
And you got 1 white die, Kelsa?
Mhm.
Yes, one white.
You got dreadful.
Oh god.
dreadful.
I'm certainly dead.
Yeah. Probably from a self-inflicted wound. People you care about are so probably dead, maybe through your own stupid, ugly failure. To say that you fucked up is an insult to fucked upness. You have redefined the term.
Oh, wow.
And I had 2? Yeah, I had 2.
Black too.
Brutal. Wounds that will never heal, for starters. Stuff sawed off, blown off, or burned off on your way to the ground, or to the grand ignominious failure. Kiss whatever you care about goodbye. You may die, but you may not.
Well, guess we're both dead. I'm sorry.
Epilogue. Yeah.
So we narrate with the help of our dice, kind of our epilogue, right? And then try to make it like I have to try to make it harsh in the end.
So yeah, you got 4 dice that you're
Yeah.
gonna narrate each part of the epilogue until the very end, where you have a harsh ending that is worse than death.
Yep. So Jason Morningstar says, in a convention game, I often dispense with the montage to keep it close to 2 hours. If this makes sense or the energy is dragging, feel free. If you have time and everyone is in it, go ahead and do the montage.
I mean, I like the montage.
Yeah,
I like
we
the
have time
montage
for the
too.
montage as well.
Cool.
Okay.
I can't like the montage. So, all right. So we get like Dr. Volt on his date with Werewolf, and like you know, it's like a date, but like Dr. Fault is like, holy shit, I don't want to be here the whole date, but like he's like staying polite and stuff, because like the whole point of dumping the drugs was like finally being done with it. So
Mm-hmm.
he's like has to sit through this date while this huge troll of a guy, and he's hairy, and it's in a club, so he's probably sweaty. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it's like all over him. He's like, oh god damn it. I hate Hi Gal. I hate Denise. How dare they, those bastards.
So, one die gone.
Yep.
Kelsa?
Um, I think Denise and Haikal Huck walk out together of the of Club Penumbra, and uh, they get onto a motorcycle, and they're about to like ride off into the sunset together.
Mm-hmm.
But like as they do, like a light starts blinking like on the undercarriage of the motorcycle, and we get like a cut over to Dr. Volt, and like a light starts blinking on the back of his head where the where Vlad's chip is at, and then we cut away from that scene.
Oh.
Shit.
Yeah. Like what does that mean? We'll find out.
I immediately I like jump off the bike and like dash behind like a parked car thinking it's a bomb. Um
So you saw that.
oh, do I see the blinking light?
Well,
I mean,
that's
now you
like
do.
now you did, but like
Yeah.
I think like the way I meant to describe it was that it was in an inconspicuous place so that the audience saw it, but that we couldn't.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Then no,
You
then
can see it
no,
like you're at a stoplight or something, and there's a puddle, and you
yeah,
can see
no,
the
absolutely.
reflection
Yeah,
in the
we're
Yeah,
like
yeah,
we're on the
yeah.
outskirts of town, and like yeah, in a puddle of reflection, we see the blinking light,
Hmm.
and I think I immediately go ahead and actually probably without thinking, I try to like kick it. Um,
Such a bad idea.
yeah. So me, I think I'm just gonna kick it and leave it at that, because what could
Okay.
possibly go wrong?
No, everything.
So then, um, Dr. Volt, uh, God, all right. So he gets this super wicked smile on his face. It's like not his own, but it's like reminiscent of Vlad and how
Mm.
he smiled before.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and like he like takes out his phone or something like that, some device that is detonating the thing that was under the bike. It blows up, and then he cackles maniacally, and then werewolf is like, "Hey, what you doing, hon?" And it's, oh shit. But it's very gleeful for Dr. Volt, aka Vlad.
Okay. And then we cut to Denise on the motorbike. And no, before we do that though, we actually cut from you pressing that button like back over on across the table to where the drugs were on the table during the transaction, like the
Yeah,
open drawer, and one of the vials is missing. And so we cut back to Denise, where you see like in her jacket, there's like a half of a vial. And as the bike starts to blow up, she's like, "Whoa!" And like starts flipping end over end.
holy shit.
I
Alright.
mean, my montage probably ends with me in an explosion, right?
I mean, you can
I mean,
survive that.
yeah, you can be anywhere when the explosion goes off.
Oh, okay. No, I'm totally. No, I think I would be in the explosion, but I'm
Mhm.
not dead. I'm just like, oh no, I got it. Yeah, no, I'm in the I'm like in like the emergency room or whatever for like surgery. Um, and they're looking for parts to fix me.
Okay.
All right. So, uh, God, Dr. Volt's chop shop. Uh, he gets a call in for God.
Yeah.
That,
See, you know what I'm doing. Yeah.
yeah, and it's
Uh-huh.
my gal, and they need like X parts to fix him, and like those are like parts he has, but parts he needs.
I
Uh,
love where this is
but
going.
but driven by the spirit of Vlad, he like takes him out and he like hurts himself doing that.
All right, I think like we cut to like Denise, like this is like in the past from that. Denise is like in a ditch, like one of her legs is obviously broken,
Uh huh.
and like she's pretty messed up, and like you see her like take like the vial of drugs out of her jacket pocket and start to and ingest the drugs in the manner that is appropriate to these drugs.
Of course.
What was it from Moonbeam City? I pour it in my ear. Um, you know,
It's,
yeah, and that's that scene.
So I think I know. I'm just gonna combine my last parts.
sure.
Pun intended.
Hmm.
I think Huck is forced to be a like a cripple with the parts because it wasn't a good job done with Volt's old parts, but there were parts.
Hmm.
I like the idea that I actually needed Volt's when he took the transmitter of Vlad, and so I'm crippled and stuck with the boyfriend that I killed
Oh God,
Oh,
it's terrible.
that's super terrible.
for the rest of
So
my
you
life.
you could have had those be two separate scenes. Like you crippled with all
I
the
could have.
parts, and then like the end, it's like, "I'm here, Huck," and then
Oh
that's
yeah, okay, that's true.
anyway. Sorry. I didn't mean
Now
to-
we'll never be apart. Fuck.
Okay.
All right, let's just pretend we did that.
Sure. Dr. Bolt, you got a final scene on you?
God, I think uh, Dr. Volt also crippled goes back to the Yakuza thing where like nothing changed. He's still like their slave pretty much. Like after all that shit with the drugs, he didn't get anything and he got out worse.
Damn.
And then the phone rings and it says werewolf.
Yeah,
Display.
yeah.
That's it.
The last thing we see of Denise is um she's still in the ditch, and she's laughing to herself as as the uh as her blood is just like dripping out everywhere. Like we realize now that there's a pool of blood forming around her because she's also been
Ugh.
punctured through the back, and she's just like laughing maniacally, and like in her hand is this vial that was the drugs, and she's like and she like her
Breaks
hand
it. Yeah,
clenches
cracks.
and
Yeah.
breaks the glass of the vial, and we just kind of fade away from her as she just blood everywhere until she is finally dead.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Fiasco.
Mm-hmm.
So
Holy shit.
what? That's
I like this game. I had and I said in the first break, I had a little trouble getting into it in the first part because I was like really obsessed with. I think it was because I was just obsessed with you guys' romance, and like I wanted to be part of it somehow. And
That
I
worked out.
just
That worked out.
had to wrap my head around how exactly. But when it did work out, it was really good.
Yeah, I think I agree. For me, I don't know how I exactly feel about Fiasco still. I mean, granted, I played it incorrectly. Like, we played it incorrectly. We didn't distribute the die in part 1. But that shouldn't be a game changer.
It definitely does make some differences because I've played it the way as it describes in the rules before, and
No, don't. I love how. I'm sorry. I love how you just said I played it the way it described in the rules instead of saying the right way. So thank you for the very PC way. No, like I played. Yeah, no, I facilitated it incorrectly. That's my bad. Which is funny because that means I've played it 3 times now incorrectly.
Oh man,
Whoops.
that's okay. Like the main thing it changes is that you have less control over trying to like get all of the same color of dye
Oh.
because you're not the one picking the first half, and also because of the way it works, you can wind up with a really uneven parity of dice. So
Yeah.
instead of winding up with 4 and 4 and 4, you can have like 2 and 3 and 6 or whatever.
Yeah, that also makes sense.
Which can be a big difference.
Yeah, so not everyone gravitates towards the middle.
Yeah.
Naturally.
And you get some pretty extreme things if you've got like one person has all 6 of the same colored dice.
Yeah. I would like to experiment playing Fiasco faster. What I mean by that is I think just doing smaller scenes. Just faster, like just shorter, more intimate, quick scenes, with like just like directly to the resolution of like, and the sort of like crazy fuck up that happens. I might be interested in experimenting with that and see if that happens.
I think there has to be a certain balance.
Yeah.
Like the setup of it and then the fuck up, but yeah, I think we did pretty good. Like the pacing on this was like it felt really natural.
The narrative, yeah, like the narrative pacing in Fiasco for me seems a little weird. I mean, the tilt's supposed to help, but does it? I don't know.
I feel like
for this one, it was hard
a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I've played, like I said, I played like 2 or 3 times before, and usually we would talk about the tilt and like what
it means
really meant as we went into the second half, and I think that can help too.
Yeah.
I think that may have been just the part that's maybe unclear by the rules. But how much you're actually supposed to talk about setting up, well, everything really, right? Or if you're just supposed to be like, all right, this is what we have, go make a scene.
I mean, there's a certain amount of it, but I thought this turned out like really great. I was super invested in the story.
Me too.
And like my character being like dead at the end, I felt completely okay with that. Like, not because I didn't love the character and I didn't love where it went, but just because that was the appropriate ending for this fiasco. You know?
Yeah, I would definitely play this game again. I would say Fiasco is it's not my favorite story game, but it certainly seems like it's with the playsets, it's probably the most one of the most replayable fun story games I have. Like you could pretty much like this is almost no, that's a lie. It's just I was gonna compare it to the replayability of Microscope, and that's incorrect. But yeah, like you could. There's so many like free playsets available. For those who don't know, there's fiascoplaysets.com, which is like part of, as well as like Bully Pulpit Games, which is Jason Morningstar's company, who's the creator of this game. there's just so many different ways to play this game. I've played a suburban one. I've played a college town one.
I played one where we were stuck on a submarine,
Yeah,
and in the end,
zebra
yeah,
code or whatever.
in the end, we wound up having rescued a lich from the bottom of the ocean. That was how that turned out.
My college one, I played a professor who ended up taking ecstasy at like a Southern Baptist church fish fry. So that was cool. It's just the games take crazy turns in just different scenarios. Like we just played a cyberpunk one tonight. I played in a somewhat similar vein to this. I played Alpha Protocol, which is kind of like Paranoia. I played that on a stream on Virgil / Zircon 5 stream yesterday. Basically, Fiasco just has a lot of fun, and a lot of replayability. I feel like if you wanted to play a story game that focuses on characters, this is a really solid one to do. But if you want to play a story game that focuses on less characters and more like authorship, I guess. Probably then for me it's Microscope.
Yeah, I feel like it has kind of the same thing of Lovecraft-esque, where it writes one type of story, and like it can be like tons of settings and tons of different characters, but the story type, like the roughen, is always like kind of the same.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be a Fiasco.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a Fiasco.
Exactly.
Which is good and bad, but like, you know, if you're looking for like high epic, then, you know, maybe Fiasco is not really the game.
Oh yeah, no, right? You're right. That's a really good point. Is that so? Like Fiasco kind of like takes the same vein as sort of like other generic RPGs, only you know, like some stipulations clearly here, but you know, like when you play Fate, like every game you play with Fate feels like Fate, or like if you play Savage Worlds, like it still feels like Savage Worlds. Like when you play Fiasco, regardless of the trappings you put on it, it still feels like Fiasco. It still will feel like a Coen Brothers movie, just because of the way everything is so tragically, everything's just so tragically. I want to say stupid, but that's the wrong way of putting it. But like, it's also kind of is the right way of putting it. Like people are like so dumb, you know, like it's perfect. Like they don't make the best choice, but let's see.
And that's not a bad thing about the game. Like not at all. It's just that, you know, if that's the thing you want to play, then go for Fiasco.
Yeah.
That's great.
Also, I wanted to thank our two new followers today, Fadu and Eparagene. I can't say your name, dude, or non-dude. I don't know what your preferred gender, but they mentioned it turned out great, but I would love for it to have been more improv and less scene setting. Yes, that is definitely true. I think it was kind of difficult though. As Kelsa says, with only 3 players. I think playing 3-player Fiasco is way different than 4-player. 4-player feels just like it takes a little bit longer, but also it feels like there's less, it's less intense. Because you're not always in every scene in like a more like very like intense way. It makes the story feel a little bit more round out. Yeah, exactly. Like we ended up like we were playing people like as ourselves having conversations. It felt a little bit weird. But they also say since they're on a dimension time travel phase lately. There's a game where everyone's a different version of the same person. Yeah, it's the Who one. It's the doctor or whatever. I've heard good things about that one too. That one is on Fiasco Playsets and is highly, highly recommended. I think that will be featured in my season 2 of Once Upon a Game, which I will be announcing more probably next week about the future of my streams and all the exciting new stuff I have planned for season 2 of Streams. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. I want to thank Kelsa and Paul for playing Fiasco with me tonight. It's always a pleasure to have you guys on.
You're
And
pretty cool
yeah,
too, you know.
thanks. And I like to thank chat tonight for all their awesome comments. Epper, I'm just gonna call you Epper. Golden,
Mm.
for sure. Demos, I know, was here and tried to sleep. Thank you so much. And then last but not least, as far as future content goes for this week, Sunday, I will be streaming back-to-back dual streams. The first one is Night Witches, which is a game by the same person as Fiasco, only way different. It's about World War II Soviet-era women pilots. It's not GMless. It's not prepless. So it's not Once Upon a Game. It's just me having a fun time playing a one-shot with some of my friends. We're just going to doing that. Like I said, it's just a one-shot. And then after that, so that will be at 9 a.m. Pacific. And then at 4 p.m. Pacific, I am running a game called Souls of Steel, which in a similar vein is a Powered by the Apocalypse game, though about ace pilots. But in this case, we're doing ace mecha pilots. So it's going to be like an anime mecha where we are mercenary fighters fighting an empire. And a lot of like gushy, cool anime stuff will be going on. So that's where I'm going on for Sunday. And then if you can't tune in for that, there'll be the VODs as well. And then next week, Monday and Wednesday, we're playing Downfall by Carolyn Hobbs. If you want to know more about Downfall, I played that last week. Episode 15, I believe, is Downfall of Once Upon a Game. But it's basically building a setting for a society and then lighting it on fire and watching it tragically burn. It's amazing. So that's
It's like SimCity, the board game.
yeah.
Game. I don't know. That's what you do.
No.
You build SimCity and then you use cheat codes to add monsters until it burns. That's how it goes.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's the way I would describe it is if anybody's played Polaris. It's like Polaris, only more modern and more fun, in my opinion. But Polaris will also be played at some point, so you'll get to not take my word for it. So yeah, I think that will be it. I think that's my long-winded outro. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. And as always, if you're interested and want more content like that, please follow my channel. Follow me on Twitter at EricVulgaris, and if you want to play, and these are good times, or maybe next in sometime in 2016, maybe do something on my Sundays. Let me know. Reach out to me. I'll give you the links to join my channel, to do my scheduling stuff on Discord. So that would be it for me. So thanks. Hopefully I hear from you guys, and thank you so much. Have a good night, or good morning, or afternoon.